Hello and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Poverty Inspires Me, the podcast. I hope you're having a blessed and a fantastic day wherever you're out in the world. And if you're not, it's possible that you definitely can. Of course you can. Why couldn't you? Because sometimes we're only one decision away from changing our entire life. One decision away. But what stops us from making that decision? I'm going to go on something that happened to me this morning. So every morning I typically do 5 rounds as a warm up on the punch mitts with my friend, boxing, and then I'll go into my other workout afterwards. Well, after my friend leaves, there's a moment of time when I'm sitting in the yard by myself with the ability to do anything that I want. And the reason I say that is if I don't have some immediate work or attention to get to at that moment, and that moment is dedicated to me training, I can either train or not train. I can do anything I want, but I lost my momentum. So we'll go the 5 rounds, and once he leaves and it's quiet and I lose my momentum, and in that moment I could just say, you know what, forget about it. I'll do it later and put it off for another time. And sometimes you do that. Sometimes you put it off. Sometimes you get it later on in the day. But it was that one decision in that one moment that said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do right now? And the funny thing is, once you actually make that decision, you usually feel pretty good about it. It happened to me today. We had to do 3 rounds instead of 5 because we were running short on time. So I said, well, I owe the universe 9 because my goal was to do 12. And so I did the other 9. But I tell you, there was a second there when I was thinking about it. And I thought, well, maybe I'll go later. I have my gym. I have the luxury of having a gym in my backyard, a beautiful gym, and I can work out anytime I want. So I'm like, maybe I'll do it later. But something said, you know what are you going to put off something later for something you could do right now? Just get up, get it going, and get it done. Everything hurts. My legs hurt, my arms hurt, body hurts. Just go. Just shut up and go, I tell myself. All right, let's do it. Next thing you know, I'm around 8, 9. 10. Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. 11, around 12, I treat myself to the maze ball and I practice slipping and punching and moving. My feet still hurt a little bit. Body's not exactly. I'm 45 years old. I've been doing this for years, and as I've gotten older, I feel little tweaks and turns here and there, but it doesn't stop me from showing up and putting in the work. And so when I finished that 12th round, I said, oh man, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good, and I really realized in that moment, it was just that one decision that said, you go left or go right. Left was holding myself accountable to a goal I wanted to do, and right was putting it off for another time. Then it must have not really been a goal I really, really wanted. Because if it was a goal I really, really, really wanted, I don't think I'll put it off for another time. I need speed, I need to get done, I need to move. If I really want it, I'm going to go after it with everything I got. The problem about going after things that you really, really want is you have usually a very strong emotional connection to what the outcome should be. I'm in the process of developing something really cool, and my emotional attachment to that is, oh, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, it's gonna blah 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 blah. Well, I know those things are all very, very real possibilities. What I want to really focus on is where I'm at right now. Well, what am I doing with right now? Right now, I have the design. Perfect. All right, now I got to implement it and get it out to the world. So that's what I'll do next. And I can't think in terms of what will happen when it's out for a month or 2 months or 3 months, or what if people like it, or what if they. I just can't think that way. Because any method of that thinking is going to make me put it off till tomorrow. It's gonna make that decision not go in the direction that I wanted to go when I needed to go in that direction. Because we're a sum total of our habits. So the ability to make a quick decision in a moment towards something that you really want is going to help you to change your entire life. The problem is that's really hard to do. Why is it so hard to do? Think about it though. Why is it so hard to do? Why is change so difficult? Change is inevitable to life. We think we're so different from nature. We think that we live this somehow specialized life and we should have all these things and be at a certain status in society where people should like us, and we should be able to help others and help ourselves and continually grow. And We might have that mindset, and that could be a very dangerous mindset because it's like a sharp knife cutting itself. You have to notice that you and nature, you're the same thing. There's nothing different. I have these birds in my backyard. Two lovebirds, little white birds. They're always hugging on each other, kissing each other. It's the coolest thing to watch. But they used to just hang out on a branch. They used to chill, sit on the branch. I noticed a bunch of little sticks all on the floor. I'm thinking, where are these little sticks falling from? It's not windy. It's not the season for things to be falling. Where are these sticks coming from? And then when I look down on the floor, what do I see? All these little sticks, and I look up, because what goes down goes up, and what's above me is a beautiful little nest where these two little lovebirds have created the most beautiful little home. I thought, man, if that was a bird, that's like luxury paradise. Because they made a decision to keep picking up one stick, even if it fell down, and put it and place it in such a way that you can have a home for you and your loved one. Nature does this. Nature does. It does this, and it doesn't cost it anything. The bird didn't have to go and buy those little twigs off of anybody. He just saw them, he picked them up, he put them in place, and that's what he did. The course will run itself. This nest will stay for so long, and nature will take its course. The nest will fall, the birds will die, the eggs will maybe hatch, and babies will be born, and life will continue. The one decision to take action, create a life, to sustain life. We kill ourselves all the time, but not doing what we want, truly what we want. We do what we think we have to do because we don't think there's another way. The other way is that decision that's telling you not that way. Well, what if I don't think like that? Just go the direction that feels right for you. I had a friend who was dealing with some really difficult times. His spouse was kind of a piece of shit. And I really want the best for this person, and so I told him the same thing I was telling you, but even though in my heart I didn't want them to do what I knew they would do, and that would be go back to abusive or a unfair situation, I tell them, do what you feel is the right thing to do. And that was the end of that. I never saw that person again. And I hope that by them following what they felt was the right thing to do, they could find some happiness and some success in their life, because they can't put themselves in a box either, because there's going to be another moment to make another choice, to have another decision, that life is always going to change. So when we think that one moment can change everything, we can get lost in the realization that life is constituted of a multitude of moments that are always occurring. How you perceive your moment, how you feel about your moment, what you do about your moment, all of these things are just perceptions that you're creating. Nobody's creating it for you. Nobody's jumping in your head and telling you it's hot outside. You're saying, oh, it's hot. It feels hot. It's cold. Oh, but I feel hot. But I feel cold. Well, what if you went inside or outside? Could you change how you felt? Is hot going to last forever and cold never going to go away? Nah, there are different degrees of the same thing. So is your energy. So is your decisions, and so are your moments. So one moment can't truly change everything. Because one moment you breathed life, and one moment you breathe death. A moment. Just like that. So don't take your life for granted. I don't want to just be on my podcast and just talk, but I don't have any guests. I don't have anybody to share my ideas with, so I just talk. And I hope that through what I say, it resonates somewhere. And if it does, please share your story in the comments. Talk about your moments of when you could have done something and you didn't, or when you want to do something and you can. And these are how communication happens. This is how things grow. This is how we get out of our comfort zone. It's not about me. I'm just a moment in time. It's about the constitute of the natural flow of nature. Aligning back with that, so we can really align to whatever it is that we truly are. I hope you have a blessed and fantastic day, and I really want to thank you for taking the moment to listen to my 10 minutes of wisdom. Remember, your moments are very special and don't waste them. So when I say you can have a blessed and fantastic day and it's possible, it's just a moment that was possible. So make your moment count, because I think you're worth it. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed and fantastic day. Please, if you haven't, like and subscribe and share it with your friends. I've built content to give back to the world that's given me so much. Until next time, be blessed.